Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm gonna dive into some key things you gotta remember when you're building multiplayer games. First up is data synchronization. When you're making a game where lots of people can play together, like online card games, you gotta make sure each player gets the right info at the right time. Think about it like this. Imagine you're playing online poker with your friends. You don't actually need to see everyone's cards, right? And so, in a multiplayer game, you gotta make sure each player gets the info they need and nothing extra. And that is keep it lean, mean, and only send what matters. Next is RPC, or remote procedure calls. Don't worry, this fancy term is actually pretty common in software development, not just games. It's basically a way to run stuff on another computer, even if that program isn't there. And think of it like this. You tell your computer to do something on another machine, it sends a message, the other machine does the thing, and then sends a reply. Kind of like a walkie-talkie conversation between computers. All right, let's talk about latency. Now, for us game developers, latency is like our enemy. It's basically a delay that happens when you're sending data. Let's break it down even simpler, right? So imagine you're playing a game online with friends. When you do something in the game, like jumping, it should happen at the exact same moment on every device that's connected. But here's the thing. When you press that jump button, it takes a bit of time for that action to reach your friends' computers. That delay is called latency. To make sure everyone sees the action at the same time, the game has to predict what you're going to do and send that info to all the other players. Next is dealing with cheaters. In single-player games, cheating might not bother anyone. But in online games, one cheater can mess up the fun for everyone, right? So how do we deal with them? Well, we got to make sure our code is what we call server authoritative. Basically, everything should run on the server side. You may have experienced where someone keeps shooting nonstop or moves way too fast. Well, that's because the code for shooting or moving is controlled by the client's computer, not the server. And guess what? The server trusts whatever the client says. And so if someone claims they're moving twice as fast, the server believes them and tells everyone else. That's a bummer for everyone else playing. To fix this, the server needs to double check everything before sending it out to the other players. But hey, it adds an extra layer of complexity to making multiplayer games. That's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.